Pakistan has gained the international reputation of being the world's foremost exporter of terrorism. With the government's knowledge and the military support, terrorist organizations like Lashkar-e-Taiba and Jaish-e-Mohammed continue to operate and raise funds inside Pakistani territory. Recently, a US State Department report exposed Pakistan's inaction against various terrorist organizations.
Pakistani militant groups are killing civilians and engaging in terrorism in Indian subcontinent under the guise of holy war. The government in Islamabad supports these militants and their religious schools as cheap ways to fight India and other nations. But this policy is creating a culture of violence that exacerbates internal sectarianism and destabilizes the region. Without change, this monster threatens to devour Pakistani society. On terror charges, this notorious South Asian nation has been exposed on several international platforms. Recently, US slammed Pakistan for making no progress to counter terrorism. In its Country Reports on Terrorism 2020, the US Department of State noted that several terrorist groups continue to operate from Pakistan, especially those targeting India, such as the LET and its affiliated front organizations and Jaish-e-Mohammed.
This report clearly acknowledges that Pakistan has been continuing with its policy of cross-border terrorism as an instrument of its foreign policy. There has been no let-up in that. Even though it says that the Pakistan domestically, for its own sake, has been trying to fight with some groups, whether they were ISIS-K or the TTP or some others. But at the same time, it has not contained the Jaish-e-Mohammed or Lashkar-e-Taiba or Masood Azhars. And it clearly says that those groups have been let off. They have been trying to use terrorism against India.
The US State Department report noted that Indian security agencies are effective in disrupting terror threats. It said that Indian government made significant efforts to detect, disrupt and degrade the operations of terrorist organizations within its borders. It further added that India responds to US requests for information related to terrorism investigations in a timely manner and makes efforts to mitigate threats in response to US information. The report has revealed over the past 2 years, collaborative efforts have disrupted terrorist travel and alerted US authorities to possible threats in the United States and against US interests.
Well, as far as India is concerned, India has been suffering from terrorism for 5 decades now. And Americans have only realized the intensity of that conflict only after the 9/11 happened. Before that, they didn't even care about it. But so today I'm happy, and I've been reading these reports annually and whenever they are presented, because every April 30, I believe the State Department is supposed to come up with these kind of reports.
A few months ago, US had declared it would review ties with Pakistan in light of Islamabad's support to Taliban. Washington should now deliver a clearer public message to Islamabad. It should continue to take steps to limit Pakistan's access to global financial markets until Pakistan demonstrates that it is meaningfully addressing the fundraising and operations of India-focused terrorist groups.